My name's James Hannon. Welcome to tonight's webinar. For those of you who this is your first time for being here, I want to congratulate you. I was just in the background there with Phil, one of our team leaders, talking about technology. How funny is it? It wasn't that long ago where the whole thought of being in front of your computer at home, relaxed and enjoying life, that you could be in front of a computer speaking to people all over the world and watching a presentation live was unheard of, or was only for those people that, you know, could afford it, because it would cost a fortune. But here we all are. Looking at all of the attendees on tonight's webinar. We've got Germany, Singapore, New Zealand, Australia. Wouldn't be surprised if there's someone on there from South Africa. Yep, there's South Africa there. There's USA, I think, is there. So, you know, it's quite interesting to see what we're able to do here and what we're able to do today. So for you that this is your first time experiencing a webinar, I want to congratulate you. Congratulate you for being here with us, for taking this opportunity to be here, to learn about what we do, and to find a way that you can change your life. If you're here, if you're like me, I watched something like this, except for I had to go to a meeting to watch it. And at that time, I had no money, I had no time, and I had no freedom. My future looked dim, and I was looking for a way out. I was looking for a way to change my life and give myself some kind of freedom, some kind of ability to be able to pay the bills, go on a holiday, and enjoy life. Now, on your GoToWebinar control panel, you will see a little hand. That's a way of being able to connect with us and say hi. So if you can see a hand on your GoToWebinar control panel, it may have a little arrow there. You can hit that hand. It might be gray, or it might be yellow, or it might be red, depending on the kind of system you're using. If you can hit that hand, give me a little wave. That way you can hit, that's your way of saying hi, and you can see my screen and you can hear my voice. That's great. Hands going up everywhere. So if you like the idea of being able to earn more, do more, be more, then this is the place for you. Congratulations. This is the place where you want to be to actually change your life and do the things that you've always dreamed of. Now, the images you see here in front of you, I just want you to know that we are normal, kind of. We're a bit like you. You know, here's a group of us over in the A-team over in Tahiti this year on our way back. This is our final day in Tahiti. It's like, you know what it's like to leave a place where you've been staying in an overwater bungalow. You wake up in the morning, you look down over the deck, and there's beautiful fish, coral, stingrays swimming past, the occasional shark. You know what it's like to leave a place like that, where the service was impeccable, the lifestyle was amazing, and it really was a dream. Well, that's kind of how come we felt like that image there. In the middle there, you see a group of us having fun, having a dress up at a fun night. Some of the team over here in New Zealand having a great time. Some of the team up in Brisbane being recognised on stage this year. You see, this team, this group of people that have invited you onto this webinar are incredible. The people that are here, the person that invited you here is an amazing individual. They are being professionally trained. They're being trained and equipped to build a business from home in a professional way. They're being trained and equipped to change their life and to chase their dreams. They've invited you here because they thought you might like to be able to do the exact same thing. So tonight it's a guide to business ownership. Let me ask you a question. If in 2 to 5 years' time, if time and money were no longer an object in your life, what would you do differently than you're doing today? What would you do differently? You know, would time allow you to go and trek the mountains, do some of the things that you really put off because you didn't have the time? Would it allow you to travel, to see parts of the world that you've never seen before? Would it allow you to give back, so that when you hear about those things, those causes that are dear to your heart, that need money, need finances, and need you, you'd be able to give them? Would it give you some security for your future? Would it give you freedom? What would you do if time and money were no longer an object, were no longer an issue? Well, that's what we train you on. That's what we show you how to do. That's what we are all about. We show you how to build a business from home that allow these things to become a reality. But the challenge we face is that freedom is, how do you find the freedom to work around the family? How do you find something that's flexible enough for you to do the things that you want to do? How do you find something when debt is totally out of control and it's hard enough to find money these days, let alone having to do anything else. Cost of living is rising, and support for families is crazy. Financial security, what's that? Childcare costs are increasing, look like going up even more. You've got marriages ending in divorce, 50%, unfortunately, and we've got job securities at an all-time low. They're the kind of challenges that we all face. So how do we look at those challenges and say, well, that's not me? How do we look at those challenges in the face and say, get out of my way, I'm going to change my future? That doesn't have to be me. That doesn't have to be my future. My children don't have to live with that kind of an issue. Then we've got futurist Thomas Frey saying the world of work is going to be turned upside down. He says that 2 billion jobs, half of all employment on the planet today, will be gone by 2030. Now, think about this for a moment. Half of all employment on the planet today is going to be gone in 15 years. So do you have children? Do you have a job? Are you still working? How secure is the job that you have? Now, think about this for a moment. How secure is it? You might be thinking, well, my job's pretty secure. But okay, what happens though when half of the employment's gone and the people that are more qualified than you, because there's always someone more qualified than you, there's always someone more qualified than me, comes along to your boss, to your employer and says, hey, I can do things better. Security is, when you're working for someone else, security is gone. It's a farce. It doesn't exist today. And then we've got a new type of competition. They're called robots. I know this sounds kind of crazy. I'm saying, James, how, you're talking sci-fi here, Star Trek, science fiction. How could robots be my competitor? Well, they are. Even McDonald's today have robots that flip burgers. Those menial tasks that they employ 14, 15, 16-year-olds to do are now being replaced by robots. Companies are looking for ways to remove staff. They're looking for ways to get rid of those kind of overheads. So you and I have to think differently. We have to think outside of the box, because there are two choices we face. If we want that plan of being able to have more time, if we want that plan of being able to travel or give or have the freedom to do the things we want to do, we have two choices. One, we can either shrink those dreams and maybe remove a whole lot of them, because we need to do that to fit the current income that we have, or we can expand our income to attain those dreams. Which option best suits you? Now, give me a little wave. Let's see which option best suits you. Who likes the idea of expanding your income to achieve your dreams versus, shrinking your dreams to affect your income? So give us a little wave if you like the idea of being able to expand your income more. Just hit that little hand button. Fantastic. Hands going up all over the world. That's exactly what I knew you guys would say, because you'd be crazy to think any other way. Robert Kiyosaki says it's more important to grow your income than cut your expenses. It's more important to grow your spirit than you cut your dreams. And that's what we do here in the A-Team. We help to grow you, to grow your belief, to grow your ability, to grow you as an individual. Robert Kiyosaki is the author of one of many books that he's written called Cash Flow Quadrant. In the Cash Flow Quadrant, he talks about 4 different areas that people generally are categorized into. We have the employee area, or employee quadrant. Now, they're people that have a job. Obviously, we all know what an employee is. Then we've got the self-employed. Those people own a job. They're generally the ones that own a small business or franchise. They're the ones that are there before anybody else and leave later than everybody else. They work harder than anyone else. But if we look over here on the left-hand side, you'll see that 90% of people live in these 2 areas, either having a job or owning a job as an employee or as a self-employed. But only 10% of the wealth is actually stored over here. Why would people want to stay here? Most people look over here into this quadrant, especially big business owners. They're generally people that have a business that employs over 500 people. The business owners are wise. They've worked out that if I have a system, or if they have a system and they can get people to work for them, they're better off. They're going to make more money, work less. So they might work the same amount of hours, but they're going to be earning a lot more money. Now let's think about that for a moment. How do you go ahead and start a business today, a big business today? Well, you need about $10 million to do it. I don't know about you. I don't have $10 million in my bank account to allow me to do that. So what's the next option? Well, you find a system. You find a way that people don't work for you, but they work with you. You find a way that allows people to work, that you can work alongside people, develop people, and receive a percentage of their income or a percentage of their work. And then they get to do the same. It's called sharing. It's called win-win, where you get to train, develop, and lead people, help them to become better, help them to become entrepreneurs, help them to succeed. And over here in this area, you become a business owner. And this is where 10% of people hang out. They hold 90% of the wealth. This is where you start to learn how to have true freedom. The number one way to increase your wealth is don't get a second or a third job. Start a part-time home business. So the way that it generally works is this. Traditional distribution is really a manufacturer. They sell to a distributor who sells to a retailer who then sells to you. That's generally the way products are shifted. So if you go to a retail outlet, you're buying a product or a service there, or product, sorry, that's generally what's happened. Within our industry, we're a network marketing industry. Okay, what we do is we go to the manufacturer or are the manufacturer, then we give those products to you or market those products through you to your social network. Now, here at the A team, what we do is we teach you how to market professionally. This isn't an undercover operation to have people over for dinner and pull out a whiteboard. That's not what we do. You should know that by now. What this is a very professional way for you to build a true business from home using the best in strategies, the best in ideas, the best in knowledge, and the best in support. We'll give you the best products that the market has to offer. We'll work with you, train you, develop you, and help you to become the best that you can possibly be. See, 78% of people trust recommendations from friends versus 14% who trust advertising. I mean, think about that for a moment. You all recommended a movie, a restaurant, or something to eat. You know, we've all done it, and our friends have gone and purchased it, or your friends have recommended it to you. That's called referral marketing. Well, that's all we do. Okay, but you didn't get paid by the movie company to refer someone to the movie. You didn't get paid by the cafe or the restaurant for referring someone to the cafe or to the restaurant. But with our company, with Manatech, which is our company, if you refer people to us, we're going to pay you. It's very, very simple, very, very powerful, and very, very rewarding. But let's look at the network marketing industry. You've got, you know, in 2012, these are the 2012 stats. They've actually obviously increased. But 2012, let's look at the industries. Now, we've got these numbers here because when you're going into business or when you want to do something, you want to be where the money is, right? Because where the money is, there's wealth. And if people are already spending money in a certain segment, in a certain area, then it's easier for you to get a percentage of that money. So let me say that again. You want to be where people are already spending money. But what you want to do is to move into that segment with products that nobody else has. And that's what we can do. So that, you know, everyone in the US, you young boys, they want to be in football. They want to join the football league because I think that's where they're going to make their fortune. So if we work on the scenario of what I just said, that, you know, you want to be where the money is, well, there's only $9.5 billion there, and it has to get distributed between all of the clubs, all of the players, all of the staff. It's not very much money. The music industry is $16.5 billion. The video gaming is $67 billion. The movie industry is $80 billion. And now if you combine all those top four, okay, they don't even come close to the network marketing industry, which is $167 billion. So the network marketing industry is bigger than the NFL, music, video gaming, and the movie industry combined. So in itself, that should be speaking volumes to you about where you should be. So the markets, who are the people that are looking at the network marketing industry, where you've got the millennials who say, hey, I don't want to work for somebody else anymore. They've seen mum and dad work for a job for 40 years to retire on no income at all and hate their life. They don't want that for themselves. They want to be their own boss. You've got the baby boomers who are retiring but are saying, hey, you know what, my brain still works. I've got a lot of energy and I want to still do something and generate an income. Then you've got women in business. Did you know that women in business is one of the fastest growing sectors of the economy? That direct selling has created more 6- and 7-figure income earners? That the ladies within the A team are regularly top achievers? That through social entrepreneurship, the women get to make a difference, and social media has made it easier for them. But then we've got our parents, or parents wanting to actually be parents. Mums want to be home with the kids. Dads want to stop missing all of the important events. And both want me money to give their children and themselves a better life. So how does this all work together? Well, there's three mega trends. Three trends that are happening on the world market today. And if you could, I guess, carve out a piece of either one of these trends, you would do quite well. Let's look at them. You've got the wellness and fat loss trend and the anti-aging trend, where people want to look better, feel better, lose weight. You know, they want to remove wrinkles. It's massive. We all know that. You've got the people wanting to be in their own business. We know that's huge. And you've got the social entrepreneurship trend, which is another trend that you may not know about. Social entrepreneurship is a little different to traditional business. It's a way of building and marketing your business. If you know a company here in Australia called Thank You Water. Thank You Water is a social entrepreneur company. What they do is every time they sell water, they also sell food and bars, but we'll use the water as an example. When they sell a bottle of water, they put a percentage of what they sell to a village that enables that village to get clean, fresh water, and they do that through drinking wells. Their mandate is to bring fresh water to people all over the world. Very simple. So rather than give a percentage of their profits away, what they do is their whole purpose for their business is to bring fresh water and fresh food to people in need. It's about the purpose of the business. It's about the way of building a business that actually has purpose behind it, and that's what Thank You Water does. And that's what Manatech does. What Manatech is, we are fair whack right in the middle of all three of these. We are the only company to have ever done it. We are the only company to do it, where we bring social change, social responsibility, products to the marketplace that nobody else has. So let's have a look at who Manatech really is. Well, we are a revolution. We have over 100 patents in 37 countries around the world. Why is it important for you to know that we have patents? Well, it's simple. Our patents give you security. Our patents make sure that you can build a business and know that somebody else can't take away and steal it from you. Our patents mean that nobody else can come and produce our product. That's why we've spent millions of dollars on our patents. Then to back up our patents, to back up the reason that we have them, we did 17 human clinical studies. Now, you might be thinking, well, if you watch TV and those TV shows, it sounds kind of scary. Human clinical studies, is that good? Actually, yeah, because we proved that our products are non-toxic, they're safe, they're natural, and guess what? They work. Products like our fat loss product that makes the body burn 3 times more fat than muscle, guaranteed. Products like our Ambritose that actually improves brain performance. Products like our antioxidant product that actually increases protection from oxidative stress by 37%. This is incredible, unheard of, and changing the world right now. No other company has 100 patents. No other company has over 17 human clinical studies. We have over 196 people that have earned over $1 million doing this, and I'm one of them. We've had over 20 million servings last year alone gone out to children in need who say thank you for what we do, because this is what we do. Our social entrepreneur program is very simple. Every time we establish a client, we nourish a child. There are 5 million children under the age of 5 that die every year of malnutrition. 5 million. We do not believe that's acceptable. So we're coming to you. We're pleading with you that would you partner with us to change the lives of children all over the world. We're not asking for your money. We're not asking for you to go in to start giving your money away to nourish these children. Our company will do that. All we want you to do is to be successful. We want you to make money. We want you to achieve your dreams. And because you start making money, our company will make sure that these children get looked after. Our company will make sure that these children's lives are totally transformed. So can you give me a little wave? If that would be okay with you, if you could earn an income, save it, and build a business, create a lifestyle while at the same time changing the life of children all over the world. If you can raise your hand for me just to let me see who agrees, that would be okay. Brilliant. Thank you, everybody. See, it was in 1996 that we filed our first patent, Ambritose. Ambritose is the core nutrient or product that you're going to hear about tonight. Everything comes from this one product. It is so important. If there was one product that I believe the world should be on, it is Ambritose. Why? Because Ambritose impacts, they're called glycans, which I'll explain in a moment, But glycans impact every cell in your body, every body on the planet, and every process of the human body. So what we did is when we first brought out this nutrient, it was a new class of nutrients that the world didn't understand. We had looked under a microscope and we looked at cells under a microscope, and we could see that these cells were covered by these funny little things called glycans or glyconutrients. No one really understood what they did back then because it was a new science. It was a new breakthrough. It was totally transforming. But through our research, we could see that these things started to communicate with other cells. They were like the antenna. That was like the cellular alphabet. These things were the alphabet to our cells communicating to one another. We started to tell the world about what they did, and when we started to do this, all poo hit the fan, let me tell you. It was crazy what started to happen. It was like we had opened up a can of worms, and there was no way that we could ever put them all back in. You know, it was like heaven had opened up, and there was an army coming against us because we developed a product that all of a sudden actually got results in people's health. It was incredible to watch. I was there as part of it, watching this happen, being a part of it happening as we're launching these products around the world. To see this happening, we started to question ourselves. We questioned what we were doing. We questioned everything because, you know, we had here in Australia, we had, you know, doctors coming against us in New Zealand on one of the newspapers that said shonky sugars because no one understood the science. So we had to, I guess, we retreat a little bit to do the study, to do the science, because in 1999, everything was questioned. Everything we did was questioned. So we needed to do the science. We needed to get out there and to put our money where our mouth was to prove what we had was actually beneficial to the body. Because we had all these anecdotal results. We had people saying to us, this product can't be that good, but it was. We had people coming to us and saying that they were getting results, that aches and pains were being removed, and so many incredible stories were coming to us, but they were all anecdotal. We needed to find out what was going on, and that's what Manatech did. We had to change the way we market. We had to change the way that we presented our products to make them more compliant, to make it in a way that people could actually understand what this was all about. When we did that, it changed the world. And this is what we're at right now. We're in the relaunch phase of Manatech. Even though we launched in 1996, we had to retreat. We had to pull back. We had to regather the troops. We had to do the science. But right now, right where we are, we've gone through the three phases. All truth passes through three stages. First, it's ridiculed. We were there. Second, it's violently opposed. We had it. Third, it's accepted as being self-evident. That's where we are today. You see, this breakthrough in nutrition, this breakthrough in technology, it will impact these four major segments. It will impact weight management. It will impact skincare and anti-aging, sports performance, nutrition, and integrative health. We are entering these four markets with products that are patented, products that nobody has, products that will change the world. And every time we establish a client, we will nourish a child. So not only will you make money, but the world will hear how we're going to eradicate global malnutrition. If you're looking for a place to be, this is absolutely it. You see, the story of discovery was this. This is here as a white blood cell. This is a red blood cell. These are things here. These little things you can see here are called glycans. These glycans allow these two cells to talk to each other. When they talk to each other, they say nourish, repair, destroy, protect, or regulate. That's what they're communicating. What happens, though, when you're missing these glycans, the body starts to attack itself, and that's called an autoimmune disease. We've given back to the body what the body requires for the body to communicate. It's incredible. We developed a product called Ambritose that houses all of these glycans in it. We filed a patent on it, and that patent now is in 50 countries around the world. Sorry, 50 different countries, I believe, or 50 different patents on this product alone. It's been validated, improves brain function, memory, concentration, attentiveness, mood, ability for bacterial vaccine, cellular communication, digestive function, irritability, you name it, this product impacts it. It is the one product that everybody on the planet should be on. Nobody else has it. We own the patent. We are the supplier. And we're saying to you, will you partner with us? Will you partner with us to take the most incredible product the world has ever seen to the marketplace? Because we took that product and we realized that if it impacts every area of the human body or every process of the human body, then it's also going to impact our aging. It's also going to impact the way that our skin ages. So we were able to develop a product called Youth. And by developing this product, it's just been launched. 100% of people that use this product said they had smoother skin. Who realizes that 100% is a lot of people? That's 100%. That's 10 out of 10. You can't get any better than that. 90% had more radiant and bright skin. 87% had less noticeable fine wrinkles, fine lines. 77% had firmer skin. 74% had improvements. 70% had less noticeable wrinkles. This product was then showcased last year, or was it this year, at the New York Fashion Week. Absolutely incredible. Then we took the glycan and developed a product called Osaline. Osaline is the world's first product that actually makes the body burn 3 times more fat. It's safe, it's natural. And when you add Nutrivirus, which is the world's first 100% plant-derived vitamin and mineral supplement, it helps beat the rebound effect. You get to feel great, suppress hunger, reduce cravings. You just add it to your smoothies. It is the most powerful this most powerful fat loss product you'll ever come across. So it's easy to get started with us. Select a pack, get an account number, establish a monthly order, and that allows us to nourish a child, connect with people who want to improve their well-being, expand their income, or be on a mission that's greater than themselves. So let me take you through the money and how that flows. We have 2 sources of income with Manatech. First, we have our active income bonuses, which are our fast start bonuses, the money that you make at the start, okay? So there are 2 ways, I guess, you can make money with Manatech. The first way is helping people get established at a champion level. Every time you help someone get established at a champion level, which is $598, which is our business level, that's our level that the person is ready to build a business, to change their life and really go for it, it's $598. Every time you help 4 get started, you earn $800. That means if you help 4 people get started at that level this week, we'll pay you $800. Help 4 people get started next week at the same level, you'll earn around another $800. It's incredible. It's our fast start. We've got people that have earned thousands of dollars in their first couple of months just using that bonus alone. Because remember this, people are looking for a way to change their life. You're not the only one. People are looking for ways to make more money. People are looking for ways to be their own boss. People are looking for ways to get freedom, a way to beat the rat race and do the things that they want to do. Everyone's looking for a way. You're not the only one. If you're interested, don't you think others are as well? So now let's talk about the long-term residual income. First level we have with Manatech is called a regional director. Regional director has a volume of about 1,500 points. It's kind of like you help people get started and you have 1,500 points or 15 clients. That means that 15 children are being nourished because of your business. Annual income on average starts between $1,800 to $5,000 per year. Target 1 to 3 months. Now, we have a thing called an asset value. The asset value means that if you had $91,000 in the bank with a, that's a 6% return, you would make $5,000 a year. Now, I don't know about you, but there aren't too many banks out there that are going to give you a 6% return. I think you're looking at maybe a 2 or a 3% return. So to get so this is an asset value, building a business for residual income. That's what you're looking at. Now, the next thing is all you want to do is help people to become a regional director. You help people become a regional director, you become a national director. A national director has 6,000 points, 60 kids, annual income $10,000 to $14,000, target 3 to 6 months. Asset value, $250,000. Give me a little way of if you could do with a business that has an asset value of $250,000. That would be kind of exciting, wouldn't it? Well, that's what you're doing as you build a business with Manatech. Now, let's go a little bit further. You help some people go national, you go senior national. A senior national has 12,000 points, 120 kids, average annual income 14,000 to 18,000, target 6 to 12 months, $267,000 asset value. Help some people go senior national, you go executive, 20,000 points. Kids impact at 200, annual income $26,000 to $36,000, target 12 to 24 months. Now, I want you to hear from a couple of people that have actually done this. Some incredible individuals that are changing their life, changing the world around them, and really leading the way. The first person I want you to hear from is Phil Walker-Brown. Phil's an incredible man. He's done some wonderful things, continues to do some wonderful things, and I really want you to hear from him. So, Phil, why don't you share with the people what this has meant to you?
Yeah, sure, mate. Can you hear me fine?
Yep.
Okay. We had been in our own business for a number of years. We were running an agency business, turning over around about $1 million a year, I guess. And we thought things were going along pretty swimmingly. We had been approached, I think, about six times by different people asking us to look at this business. But at the time, we just weren't interested. But after the sixth time, we thought we'd get rid of them and just say, oh, let's have a look at it and we'll see what it's all about. Unfortunately, James, you were the person that showed it to us, so we've kept that relationship right from day one. We weren't really looking for something else, but as it turned out, when we took it on, we identified some leaders very early in the piece, and we grew very rapidly. At that stage, our going-in price was $13.75, which makes the champion pack now look really cheap. But at $13.75, we didn't have the funds, but we put it on my credit card, or my wife's credit card, because she thought it was a great idea. And in 2 weeks, we actually doubled that amount. So we had our return on investment very rapidly. The interesting thing about this whole thing, though, was that shortly after that period, and we built the business in our first 12 months to the executive level. We worked hard. We, as I say, we developed a great team. But shortly after we got executive, the company that we represented as our main source of income was sold. They sold it for $33 million, and the new owners said, we don't particularly want the agents anymore. So we had a business that was returning us about $100,000 a year, and in one phone call, that disappeared. Now, fortunately, we'd built this business on the side, just not knowing if we would ever need it or not, one of those just-in-case type of things, I guess. But when that happened, we had an income to fall back on. And I think the interesting thing about all of this was that I'd heard many years ago a saying that basically said, dig the well before you need the water. And boy, I'm so glad we dug the well. So yeah, James, that's our little story.
Phil, that's awesome, mate. Thank you so much. You know, it's what Phil said there is exactly true. Dig the well before you need the water. So many people wait. Oh, I'll do something when I have to do it. Phil and Patricia didn't wait. They realized they needed to do something now, and they went ahead and done it. The next person I want to hear from is Sandra Spence. Sandra is incredible. Lives right here in Coffs Harbour, just around the corner from us, or down the road from us, and has built an incredible business. So Sandra, why don't you share your testimony?
Thank you, James. Love to. Hi, everyone. Yeah, my name's Sandra Spence. Prior to joining Humanitech, we were a one-income baby boomer household. But my husband was going to have to work into his late 60s or 70s because our super was not going to be enough for us to retire on. So financially, our retirement was looking not so good. I wanted to help, but I wanted flexibility, and I didn't want to go back to 9 to 5. That was not what I was after. I was introduced to this business. I love that I can be here for my grandchildren, build a great residual income to fast-track my husband's retirement, plus do something of great purpose through our Mission 5 Million and building this lasting legacy. I'm now an executive director with our company after only 2.5 years, and we're just living a life that we would have only dreamed of. We're travelling the world. I've had many all-expenses paid trips here in Australia, as well as 5-star trips to China, Tahiti earlier this year, took my hubby, and early next year we're going to the US. This is just in such a short period of time. Also, my health has totally transformed due to these fantastic products. James just was talking about them, but before using our products, I suffered from insomnia for just over 12 years. I tried everything, drugs, naturopaths, everything you could think of. I had restless legs most nights, morning and night. I lacked energy, and I battled with my weight. I had neck and back pain from an old injury, and I was a regular at my local chiro. I now sleep, have heaps of energies, my legs are no longer a bother, and I've released 13 kilos, thank you, Osaline, of fat without rebound, and I don't have the aches and pains that were normal for me back then. Now our financial situation has changed dramatically, and I love helping others reach for their dreams too. My business is supporting over 200 children, and that really has, yeah, I'm not happy with that. I'm wanting more. but I highly recommend that everyone really looks at this, and if you're going to jump in at the premium level and follow the A-team system. Thanks, James.
Well done, Sandra. Thank you, guys. You know, one of the things that you hear is I love hearing from people that have done it, that are doing it, that are in the trenches, and that's Phil and Sandra. You know what, we could, there's about another 20 or 30 people that are on tonight's webinar that could share a similar story. The next level is senior executive. Help some people go executive. You go senior executive, 40,000 points, 400 kids being nourished, $36,000 to $60,000 a year in income, target 24 to 48 months, and an asset value of an incredible $1 million. Next, helps the people go senior executive, you go presidential. Do you see how it's just helping people? Help people do what you do. You can train people to do what you've already done, right? Because you can't train people to do what you haven't done. So you learn how to speak to one person, okay? Then you teach somebody else how to speak to one person. You get a person started, then you teach somebody else how to get a person started. You get to regional, you teach someone how to get to regional. You get to national, you teach someone how to get to national. That's all it is. Presidential director, 60,000 points in volume. Last month, we just helped one of our incredible team, another one of our incredible team, get to presidential director. Now, she and a group of our team were actually on an all expenses paid 5-star Pacific Island cruise. Can you believe it? They're over there. They're in Namibia, I think, today. Absolutely amazing. Having a wonderful time. Average annual income of the presidential directors is from $70,000 to $110,000 a year. 2 to 5 year plan, asset value of over $2 million. Give me a wave if you could do with an extra $100,000 per year in your funds coming in. Give me a little wave if that you could do with that. Yeah, right. Next, well, it goes even higher than that. It goes from bronze, silver, gold, platinum. We're silver presidentials, earns over a couple of $1 million doing this business. Our lives have totally changed. So what do you do? Well, it's simple. You've got a couple of options. You can get started our champion option, $598, as I spoke about before. You receive over $598 worth of products. We have unlimited income potential, access to power bonuses. People will do what you do. Every time you help someone get established at the champion level, you receive 400 points. So let's look back here for a second. That means if you're going to regional director, the first leadership level, you help 4 people get started at champion. Well, you're regional director, 4 people. That's it. Because you get 400 points every time someone gets started, whether you introduce them in your team or not. Talk to the person that told you about this, and I'll explain that. Or you can get started our basic option. Here in Australia, it's $12. You get started for that, order products each month, and you can earn up to regional director. It's a stepping stone to what you want. All you have to do is order 100 points each business period. That's it. Now, on top of that, because you're with the A-team, we have launched some incredible things to support you. Imagine being able to run your business from the phone or market your business from your phone. We've got an app called the A-Team On The Move app. On there are videos, audios, images, all of the systems we use are all on that app. You can use that to promote, market with, send information to people. It's all there. We have professionally designed websites. Today we just launched another one for our team to market with. We teach you how to use those websites to market to the people that are interested. Weight loss, skincare, or anti-aging, wellness, business. We've got it all laid out for you. We have a professional system available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's all online with videos, audios, ebooks to download. It's all there, plus personal mentoring. You're never left alone. Every one of the A-team leaders are there to support you. The reason they're there is because they help people succeed. And then we have our campaigns pre-written for you. This is the most comprehensive system anywhere on the planet. But today we want to give you a Christmas present, something that we have never, ever, ever done before. And I don't know if it'll ever happen again. This $12 program here, this $12, okay, for those of you that are ready to get started at the champion level, get started at the champion level. But for those of you that just want to be a client, well, we're serious about nourishing these children. We are serious about, helping people to get started. So for every person that comes on board today, we're going to give you a $20 voucher, a $20 credit put back onto your account, whether you get started at our champion level of $5.98 or whether you get started at our basic level. We're going to give you a $20 credit to put onto your account towards your monthly order. So if you order $100 worth of product, we're going to give you a $20 credit for your first monthly order. And for everybody that gets started at our basic level, the $12 or the $13 if you're in New Zealand, we're going to waive that registration fee. So it's actually free to get started. Yes, right, I just said that. It's free. Now, this is only in Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore. Now, I know we've got people from other countries on tonight's webinar. Well, there's different things for every country. But for Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore, that's what you have tonight. So make sure you if you can get started, though, at the champion level, the $5.98, that is the absolute best option because we waive the registration fee anyway. So the $5.98 option, you don't have to pay the $12 registration and you still receive the $20 gift voucher. At the $12 option, it is a registration fee. We're going to waive that. So it's free for people to get started today as long as you come in with a $100 order. And on top of that, every time you establish a client, so through your order alone, we're going to nourish your child. This is Aura. You can see the before and after photo right there of what happened for Aura. It's one of my favorite photos of all of the photos that we have because you can see the dramatic improvement just after 12 months of what happened to this little girl, only 12 years old. So you've got one decision. Now, I love what Richard Branson said. He said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure if you should do it, just say yes. Then learn how. Because tonight you might be saying, look, I don't have the money. I don't know how I can get the money to get started. Well, I've just shown you tonight you can get started almost for free. Okay, just put in an order of products with us. Okay, it's incredible. And what I have found is people will do what they want. You could even find the $5.98. You could actually even get started there if you really wanted to. You know it. I've had people borrow. I've had people sell things. I've had people all do because they saw it. They wanted to change their lives, and it's gone on and totally transformed their lives because they said enough's enough. They drew a line in the sand and said enough's enough. This time of the year is the time of the year that we start to think about next year. This time of the year is the time of the year where we start to make New Year's resolutions, where we start to say, I'm not going to have the same year over again as I've just had. It's time for a change. This is the time of the year where we go and we change. What's your New Year resolution going to be? Is it going to be to lose weight? Well, we can help you do that. Is it going to be to get more energy? Well, we can help you do that. Is it going to be to change your life, to put more money in your bank account and to have the best year of your life so far? We can help you do that. Get started with us tonight. Get back to the person that invited you onto tonight's webinar. Let them know which option best suits you. We pray you have a wonderful Christmas. God bless everyone. Remember, take advantage of that offer that we have. It won't last. It will be gone very shortly. God bless. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.